Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully complete that update user positions. Now there is another part as a delete. Okay, so there is user delete. So that will be very easy, all that process. Better after this. Okay, after this I want to take new one. I simply name it as a app, and then that will be one of the delete method, right? Because I want to delete it. So that is our delete method, and then same procedure we have to follow. We have to use that I want to use that user delete that user, and then user specific some of the ID. Okay, with this ID I want to delete this user. Then that will be the same process as asynchronous. Okay, same procedure here we have to now apply that there is asynchronous, and here we have to add that one of the request handler, that is a response, and then request, right? First of all I have to make it as a request and then the response. Simple, and then array function, and here I want to do that will be same procedure as a constant variable I want to take. Okay, I take on the constant variable as a user, and then that will be as a await. So I will just simply added that await. So then that will be the await, and into this await area that is our user model. And now I want to do for delete a specific ID data, then we have to run another method as a find by. Okay, find by ID and delete. Now with this method I want to simply delete our which ID. I want to delete it our requested ID. So if you want to access this requested ID, then you have to use it as a request, and then our params into this params area, then that is actually our ID. Okay, I simply added this ID. And also if you want to check that the user is exist or not, that will be just like that same. Okay, here you can actually add this condition. Better I copy it. I simply copy that things from here, and now I want to apply it in particular that position. Okay, it should be check if this user is not exist, then that will be our status code will be as a 404 JSON data. I pass on the message as a user not found, and else it should be display as a success message. That means that will be as a return. Okay, return, I want to return one of the response JSON data, that will be response JSON, and JSON data will be as the same as a success. So I make it as a success will be as a true, right? Success will be as a true, and here I want to pass out this user data. Simple. I simply pass this user data. Okay friend, I hope you practicing it. So if you practice, I think the not should be very hard for you. It's very easy, all that process. Simple understand. I just simply updated our method name as a find by ID delete method. Okay, so with this method it should be get that a specific ID data. Which ID will be get? It should be delete this data. Okay, now let's check this out. Click as a save all. Now go to our task, that is postman. Into this postman, that is all I want to click as a add request. I make it as a user delete. Okay, so user delete. Now click as a save. Now that is our user delete. For that user delete here, better I want to find out this user. I copy it, so that is a name as aryan@gmail.com, right? Now I want to paste it, so that will be one of the delete method. I simply select this as a delete method, and right now in our user there is a 4 data. Okay, there is the 4 data. Now if you click as a send, now you can see it's now successfully display as a success message, and user as a aryan@gmail.com. It's now deleted. Okay, if you now go to our database, now if you refresh it, now you can see now there is a 3, and our aryan@gmail.com is now successfully deleted from our database. And also if you want to add that as a try or catch method, you can also use that try and catch method, which I have done for the patch. Okay, so here there is a patch method and there is a try. So into this try area you have to add everything, and then there is our catch. Simple things, just simply apply it in for the delete. Okay, if you want to use that as a try or catch method, you can use it. So how can delete that user specific some of the requested user? I hope it's very clear to you. So now your task is to complete our another one as a task delete. Okay, simply just copy it, and then that will be a task and then ID, and then our task model, the same method. Here we have to pass that same ID, and simply the same job. Okay, simple, the same job, because if you go to our database, into the database there is a task. Right now they have some of the tasks, and they have some of the ID. So if you want to delete some of the specific ID, I think it's very clear, but I show you is very clear actually. Easy. I copy it and then I paste it, so that will be as a task. Okay, that will be as a task, and then ID. Everything will be same. Our model will be just changed. Our model will be as a task model. Okay, that will be as a task model. I take one of the variable as a task, and then that will be as a task. Okay, that will be as a task, and then if we do not get any task, then that will be display or this error message. Okay, and rather then it should be pass this success message as a true as a task. Great. So that's all for delete that task, specific some of the ID. Okay, now simply create one of the API, and then if you check this with API, I hope you already know about this part. Okay, that will be for the task delete. Then our task delete will be done. Everything is great, which I have already done. Right now, better I show you. I create new one. So as I told you friend, if you practice it now, that should be very easy to you because it's not much hard. So I make it as a task delete. Okay, delete, task delete. Now I simply save it, and now that should be new one. I want to delete some of the text, so I simply copy it because that will be just like that same. I copy it and then I paste it. Now that will be one of the delete method, and for the text I name it as a text and then the ID, right? So that will be our task and then our text ID. If you go to our database, I want to delete like as this one. Okay, so that is one of the ID. I copy this ID, and now here after that, after the task, I simply added that our ID. Okay, and now if you make it as a delete, that means a send. Now this task should be deleted. You can see that is our delete is successful, or status as a true. If you go to our database, before that was a 3. Now if you refresh it, yes, you can see it's now successfully deleted from to the task. Okay, how can do that work friend? I hope it's very much clear to you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.